Girl, I finally picked a good watermelon this summer. I just had to tell someone. Because for whatever reason this year, it's been elusive. Great White Buffalo. But this one is so freaking good. I've got some errands to run today. First of all, we got to go to the library. I got to return the book that I got last time, Project Hail Mary. By the way, if you are in a reading slump, 10 out of 10 recommend. Really good book. I could not put it down, and I am sad that it's over. Oh, that tahini hit me in the back of the throat. And then we got to figure out something to have for dinner and then get supplies to make said dinner. But right now, we're just relaxing. We're enjoying this snack of the best watermelon in the world. Okay, we got the book to return, a recipe in mind. We are on our way to do things. We got the camera mounted in a place that it might not fall down. And we are living our lives. That was horrible. Anyway, so I'm getting my first ever treatment for laser hair removal tomorrow. And I am nervous because I'm getting bits of my body done that have not seen the light of day. You know what I mean? Like, I've never gotten a wax or anything like that, so this is going to be a completely new experience for me. But the second reason I'm nervous is not the potential pain of the laser. I think that I could handle that. I've had electrolysis done before, and if you don't know what that is, they literally stick a needle in the hair follicle and then burn the shit out of you. And you're left with like a fluid-filled blister of where the hair was. I had that done on my face before. It was not pleasant, but it makes me think, at least believe, that I could handle the laser hair removal. So I'm not worried about the pain of it at all. What I am worried about is this appointment is 2.5 hours. And I'm like, dang, that is long. That kind of makes sense. It's like a little laser and I got a lot of surface area to cover. So, you know, it makes sense in my head why it would be so long. But I'm just like worried. Like, what am I going to talk to this lady for 2.5 hours about? It's gonna be awkward as hell. I'm like nervous, like it's a first date. Like I'm sitting here like looking up like talking points online. I'm gonna exfoliate everything tonight. I'm gonna like paint my fingernails and toenails. Like, I am nervous about this. Like, no wonder I've been procrastinating doing this. You know, I want the results, but I don't want to do the appointments. I am not looking forward to those. Another thing is, like, you have to, like, let your hair grow out. She said only 1 millimeter, and that's, like, the tip of a pin. But I was like, I don't know how fast my hair grows. My legs look like Yeti legs right now. I mean, I'm not, like, embarrassed about, like, the body hair or whatever. Like, God forbid someone figure out that I'm a mammal. It's, like, a weird thing that people have about, like, female hair. Like, that's whatever. But I do really hate the feeling of being hairy, because a breeze blows, and you feel like there's a bunch of little spiders crawling up your legs. Like, how do people do it? Anyways, let's go return this book and go get a new one. I'm 33 years old and I just discovered the library. Like, it's a new thing. Like, it hasn't been a thing for years and years and years and years. Generations. But I'm all about it. I love it. I picked up 2 new books. I hope they're not scary. The titles make it sound like they're going to be scary books. Slaughterhouse-Five and No Gods, No Monsters. No clue what they're about, but the books that I wanted were already checked out. I should have checked before going, but I was like, I'm going to get books regardless if they're there or not, so, you know. But I've noticed, like, this line of thinking coming up where, like, I don't trust the library. I record myself, like, returning the books. There's, like, a distrust there when I'm like, oh, this will be proof if they say that I didn't return them. And, like, girl, just trust people to do their job. Like, it's fine. You know, worst case scenario, I have to pay to replace a book to an establishment that I already like and should probably be donating to or something. You know what I mean? So there's, like, a little bit of distrust of other people to do what they're supposed to do. I don't know. Maybe I should bring it up in therapy, because I noticed that with, like, a lot of things in my life. But speaking of therapy, that brings us to the sponsor of today's video, which is BetterHelp. I know I personally get a lot from therapy as far as being able to, like, talk through things to an unbiased third party that's just there to listen, give some advice, new perspectives, that sort of thing. And even though I'm lucky enough to have people in my life that I can talk to, it's just a different thing. It's a different way to, like, work out some of the more niggling problems of life in a safe space. And I know that therapy can definitely be a nerve-wracking process to start. I know I was very nervous, and BetterHelp is who I started out with. Their whole mission is to make starting therapy easier, and that has definitely been my experience. All I had to do was go online, fill out a quick questionnaire, and then I was matched with a therapist in as little as a couple of days. And then from there, you schedule your appointment and meet with your therapist all within the comfort of your own home. It's just so frictionless. And it kind of made me feel silly for like being nervous to start therapy to begin with, but you know, it's a vulnerable thing. And one of the things that I like most is that you have the option to switch therapists at any time for whatever reason. Like, that connection between you and your therapist is really important. And I personally have switched therapists several times throughout the years. Not anything against those therapists, you know, but you just need different opinions or advice at different points in your life, and that's perfectly fine. Anyways, if you're interested in trying out BetterHelp for yourself, you could click that link in my description or go to betterhelp.com/Beatrice, where you get 10% off your first month of therapy. And thanks again to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. Now, I did find a recipe for this like low carb Mongolian ground beef and cabbage. It's supposed to be like a 20-minute meal. That sounds right up my alley for today. But I do need some supplies, so we need to pop into the grocery store and get some stuff. I don't know if you can hear that, but they're playing Ghostbusters at the store right now. And they play Ghostbusters at the store like 5 times a day. I swear, this is like the 3rd time that I've heard it this month. I have an audience today. All the chickens. I'm gonna do something that I really don't want to do, and that's work out in the middle of the day in the garage gym. It's like a sauna in here. It's so hot. I'm already feeling steamy. But I didn't have enough time this morning to get my workout in, and I don't want to get behind, because if I get behind, then I end up missing workouts, and that's annoying. So we're just gonna suck it up, and we're gonna do it. We're gonna give these chickens a show. And I don't know if you can hear the buzzing, but there's like 12 flies in here, and that's an annoying thing as well. So these are my complaints. Done. Okay, I gotta get ready for my laser hair removal appointment. The get ready with me process is gonna be very easy because I cannot wear any lotions, creams, makeup on the areas that I'm treating. I'm not even wearing deodorant right now. I wanted to wait till like the last possible second to take a shower. Yeah, but I am gonna put on just like a little bit of concealer because she's not gonna be laser hair removing my eyeballs, and your girl got the Tim Burton aesthetic going on perpetually, so just a little dab will do ya. But yeah, yesterday really didn't go as planned. I didn't end up making that dinner that I went and bought supplies for because we discovered that we have chicken mites. So we had to clean out the entire coop, clean out the sand that was in there, put in new sand, get like this spray treatment, and sprinkle around diatomaceous earth, and it was like over 90 degrees yesterday. And I had just got done working out, so yeah, I didn't film it because, like I said, it was 90 degrees out there and technology does not like heat. Honestly, I don't either. I was like petering out. Like there were some times when I would like heft the wheelbarrow up and I'd start seeing like spots, like, you know, when you're about to faint. I was like, this is not the smartest thing I could have done for like self-preservation right now. So yeah, we just ordered out again. All right, we're gonna call that good enough. Let's go. Remember the days when we were young and naive and our sole worry in the world was just what we were going to talk to the laser hair removal lady about for 2.5 hours? Do you want to know what I talked to this lady about for 2.5 hours? How much the laser hair removal hurt. It is not unlike a knife, just slowly scraping across your skin, like not stabbing you, like not shanking you, but just scratching pretty deep, especially on your shin bone. The shin bone does not play. If you're gonna get laser hair removal, be the fattest that you can be. This is one that you don't want to wait to be skinny for, ladies. This is not the one. Because in the areas where I'm my meatiest, it did not hurt. It was like nothing. Huge benefit to be bigger in this scenario, okay? The wingina, that was the worst of them all. Like, I'm not gonna lie, was not a pleasant experience. I will say the good thing about it though is like once the laser's off of you, the pain is no more. Like, it's not like a regular burn where like you keep feeling the effects of being burnt, you know? Once you're done, you're done. So that's nice. I'm a little bit red around the beard area. Not too bad though. I don't even know if the camera's picking up. The camera like does me justice and like reduces my redness significantly. Also, despite like the vulnerability of the positions that I was put in, it was not as awkward as I thought it was going to be. I don't know if like the pain overshadowed the awkwardness of the situation or I just don't care, but I just didn't care about being in those compromising positions. Behold to the sky. I digress. Let's go home and make some lunch. I'm starved. Okay, finally made the Mongolian beef and cabbage. Best thing about this recipe so far is just how easy it was to throw together. Cabbage smells like toots when you cook in it, but pretty good stuff. I didn't end up using the cornstarch in the recipe, so the sauce is not thick and it's not like coating the dish the way that it should, but I don't mind that. I don't know, I'll give it like a solid like 6.5 out of 10. Like, it's good, but it's not like anything that I can imagine myself like craving, like, oh, we should make that again. There is quite a bit left over of this as well, so I'm probably gonna eat this for dinner too. So I don't gotta cook no more today and I can read my book. Hello my dudes, it's weigh-in day, so let's get right into it. Last week I weighed 213 pounds. This morning I stepped on the scale and I now weigh 212.4 pounds. So that is a weekly loss of 0.6 pounds, bringing our total to 44.6 pounds. And it's kind of feeling, dare I say, like we are approaching the territory of a plateau. I mean, technically I lost this week, but like I have been sitting around like the 214, 212 mark for like the past month now. Is that a plateau? Would that qualify? And in all honesty, I'm not really sure because I have not been putting my full ass into the weight loss thing. You know, like, yes, I've been making better choices, but I'm not like tracking or hitting all my workouts every week or, you know, like staying like super consistent. The good news about this is, of course, that, you know, even with me half-assing it, I'm not like sliding backwards to where I was or worse. I can be pretty lax about things and still maintain progress or, you know, slowly go in the direction that I'm trying to go. And something that's been contributing to like the slack that I've been giving myself in like the weight loss health focus department has definitely been, I have a new hyperfixation, and that's reading. I have so far read 3 books this week, and all I want to do is read. I mean, it could be worse. My hyperfixation could be like crack, but it's just reading. And it would be nice if this hyperfixation extended to audiobooks, but it has not. It's just not the same vibe. as like physically turning a page. But it would be nice because at least you could like multitask when you're listening to an audiobook. So, I don't know, honestly, it's one of the most annoying things about myself, besides a lot of other annoying things that I do. I just get on these kicks and I gotta do my thing. I gotta do my activity. But also, these things are fleeting, so like I don't ever have just like the same hobby, and like I keep the same hobby and passion throughout my life. It's like I've got a couple months, like this is my thing, and then that thing never existed after those couple months are over, so. I don't know, but that's it for this one. I just want to thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!